So we're here with Calvin Bundage. Calvin, was that the first safety of your football career that you picked up last Saturday? And what was going through your mind when you saw that you had the open lane?
Well, I actually didn't know it was going to be a safety, but I was just thinking, get him on the ground as fast as I could.
That seems like generally a pretty good strategy for you, the way your career has gone to this point.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So what was the feedback that you got from your teammates, and what was some of those conversations like when you got back to the sideline?
They was just happy to see me out there making plays, doing what I usually do. So I was happy I could make a big play for my team.
Well, very good. Members of the media, if you have a question for Oklahoma State linebacker Calvin Bundage, please click raise hand, and we're going to try and get to everybody. Our first question is going to come from Scott Wright from the Oklahoman. Go ahead, Scott.
Calvin, back at the beginning of the season, we all were curious about your back and how that whole process went. How has your back held up, and how have you done physically throughout the year?
It's held up great. No complications, no nothing. So it's been good, and I'm blessed.
You made a couple other plays on Saturday. Was that one of your better games of the year? Did you feel?
Yeah, it was the game that I actually feel like I kind of played in, more. I think West Virginia, I got around the same playing time. So whenever I can get on the field the most, that's where I feel like I'll be the best at.
Overall, how has the season gone for you?
You said what?
Overall, how has this season gone for you?
Pretty frustrating. Just battling adversity and just keep pushing, I guess.
Thanks, Calvin.
Our next question comes from Frank Bonner from the Tulsa World. Go ahead, Frank.
Hey, Calvin, after, returning from the injury, just your production level on the field, how has that part been for you?
Man, it's been really frustrating, trying to get back on the field, working with the coaches. But anytime I anytime I did get on the field this year, quality reps, I felt like I showed who I was.
You still feel, you're obviously the same player from before the injury and everything?
Yeah, well, actually I feel better now that everything's fixed and, just waiting on my turn,
Yeah, I know you talked about that when we talked to you a lot earlier that, you weren't used to being able to be this healthy. You've always had some injuries. And so just how has that part of the season been, just being out there and not having the nagging injuries that you've been playing with?
It's been great. I'm just every game I just be ready to get out there and show what I can do, because I do feel like a new player, so I want to be able to show what I can do.
Back to Scott Wright. Go ahead, Scott.
Calvin, when you look at TCU, what stands out about their offense?
I think they like to run the ball a lot. Nothing really stands out though. It's really just a normal game. They like to run the ball a lot though. That's one thing that stands out.
They've got some pretty young and talented running backs too, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely. Six is talented, and I like the way 15 the quarterback runs.
Is that a factor that plays in for you when you got a mobile quarterback?
No, not in pass situations. Running the ball, man.
All right. Thanks, Bud.
All right, any other questions for Calvin? All right. Thank you so much, Calvin. We appreciate you taking some time to hang out with us here after practice. Have a great night.
Thanks.
Could I say something again?
No, actually, don't. No.
Okay.
Just because it's an insane.
Hey, Tanner, how you doing, my friend?
What's going on? I'm good.
Good, good. Hey, so the team is still in the mix for a Big 12 championship. You know, big road contest here with TCU this week. What excites you most about this week's game?
I think what excites us most is just, one, being able to go out there and play again. With this year, you know, everything's kind of uncertain in the beginning. So I think we kind of forget, you know, us playing is really a blessing, being able to play this game that we love. So, but I think everybody's excited to go out there. I mean, last week, Dez, my roommate, had a really good game. So we just been talking about, you know, just keeping things going. We got the momentum back, which is good. And on the defensive side, we got to make up for last week. So I think we gave up too many points on the scoreboard. So I think everybody's excited to get back out there and play and beat a good team in TCU.
So Dez is your roommate. You know, you guys been together already for some time.
Yeah.
You know, take us through Saturday watching Dez perform through your eyes. You know,
Right.
like what kind of satisfaction do you get in that? How do you process through all that?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody saw me on the sideline, but me and Jar, we were really excited. Every time he touched the ball, we were, let's go, Dez. We were screaming. Just watching him succeed, honestly, because, you know, Chuba and LD have been getting a lot of the carries this year, so he's kind of played the background role. He did a good job when he got in. So him going out there and having the game that he had, I was excited on the sideline. It really was feeding into me when we went on defense. I was trying to go out there and make a play or something. But he had a really good game.
What's the relationship like with you guys? Is it like a brotherly type of thing? Is there like mentors or kind of how does that work?
It's a little bit of both, honestly. There's things because Dez is a pretty intellectual guy. He's pretty smart. So there's things that he can teach me and Jard. I think we all have really three different personalities. So me, Jard, and Dez living together is really it's chaos sometimes, but for the most part, we all just feed off each other's energy. And him being on offense, it kind of gives us, you know, ears on offense, and us being on defense, it gives us ears on defense. So we just feed off each other's energy when we go out on the field.
So they put three of the most intelligent guys on the team all in the same place.
Of course.
Like I got to spread that wealth a little bit, though, right?
A little bit. Nah, we have fun though.
I bet. Members of the media, if you have a question for Oklahoma State DB Taner McCalister, please click raise hand and we'll try and get to you. Our first question comes from Scott Wright from the Oklahoman. Go ahead, Scott.
Tanner, tell us something we might not know about Dez. We're just getting to know him a little bit.
Hey, if he gets mad at me for this, I don't know. But Dez is really into wine. He's a wine connoisseur. He knows a lot of different types of wine, and he is 21. But he knows a lot of different kinds of wine, and he's really into that the wine stuff. So I don't know if y'all do that.
No, I didn't know that one. That's good. Hey, I want to talk a little bit about you. What has been the biggest learning experience for you this year, your first year as a starter?
I think learning experience, I would say just being able to control my emotions in the game. You know, when you get out there, everything's exciting. You know, I've been here for some years, but just being out there in the fire, it can be exciting times. And I try to tell guys like Jason Taylor as well, because he's getting some playing time this year as well. Just, you know, control your emotions when you're out there, because at the end of the day, it's still football. So we've been playing this game for a long time. So I just try to control my emotions and go out there and make some plays.
Talk a little bit about your emotional side, because you seem like a fairly laid back dude.
Yeah. See, when I get on the field, I don't know. I turn into a different person. I'm laid back. Definitely my personality is when I get on the field, and I feed off the crowd and fans and my teammates as well. So I like to get the crowd into things, especially when I'm making plays. It's just really fun, honestly.
What would you say has gone well for you this year?
My position, I'm really a cover safety. So I think I've covered pretty good. That's a really hard position. A lot of people don't really know covering a slot is pretty difficult, and I think I've done a good job seeing other, you know, DBs around the nation having trouble at their position. I think I've done a good job just making plays and being real stingy in coverage.
Did the fact that you came in as a corner help you in that transition?
Yeah, it definitely did. And that's why I think the transition wasn't very big, because Jar Bernard was the same way, going from playing the strike position to going the corner. So I think they really go hand in hand, but I think everybody would say covering the slot is a little more difficult.
All right, good deal. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Who do you look to for inspiration in that role? Like, is there anybody who maybe you pattern yourself after, or anybody who you watch tape on, you know, at the next level that, you know, you would see yourself as maybe a comparison to?
Yeah, there's guys that play this position: Mackenzie Alexander, Tyron Matthews, even Jalen Ramsey's in the slot a lot. That position, especially at the next level, is becoming high demand because, you know, guys like Tyreek Hill, I mean, offenses are spreading it out. So you need guys to go to the inside and cover that inside receiver. So I'm really liking the position, and I'm hoping these next couple of years I can just continue to develop and just get better.
Do you feel like the system that we play here on defense kind of lends itself to someone who's like you, who can play maybe multiple positions, and rather than being a tweener who's left out, it's a tweener who you find a place for?
Yeah. I think a lot of guys, especially in high school, you know, coming out of high school, I wasn't a highly recruited guy, just, you know, size and stuff like that. I'm 5'11", not 6 foot. So just things like that. A lot of guys that may not be the 6'2" long corner that they want could come here and play in the slot and have a chance to play at the next level where a slot corner is needed. So I really like this system. I'm glad that they found a unique position for me to play.
Very good. Our next question is going to come from Frank Bonner from the Tulsa World. Go ahead, Frank.
Hey, Tanner, how's it going?
Going good.
You mentioned you like to, you know, get the crowd involved and get emotional. How has this season been for you, not necessarily having as big of a crowd as you're used to playing in?
Honestly, I thought the crowd was going to be less than what it really is. There's actually a lot of people there. It may not seem like it from the past years, but it's still a lot of people there. So, you know, when we're flying around as a defense, which I think we have been the majority of this year, I think the crowd loves it. And, you know, you may see me, you know, bringing the crowd in sometimes after I make big plays and just things like that, just fuel me and the defense and make everybody else want to fly around, make plays, and attack the ball carrier.
I know this last game, you know, stat-wise, the defense gave up a lot of points and a lot of yards, but you still, you know, had your guys' imprint on the game with the turnovers you forced.
Yeah.
How I guess encouraging is it to know that even when you guys may not be as sharp as you used to, you can still impact the game and make winning plays?
That's really encouraging. Trey had a really big pick six. Jason had a good play on special teams. So I just think defense being able to play offense is really exciting, and I bet the offense loves it as well. And I think that just, you know, gives credit to our offense as well. Us, you know, we did give up some points last game, and our offense had an answer right back, which a lot of guys, you know, had little faith in our offense. So I just think that's a credit to our offense as well.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Let's go back to Scott Wright. Go ahead, Scott.
Tanner, where is the confidence of this defense right now? Because you guys are coming off a couple of rough weeks.
Yeah.
How do you feel the confidence is holding up?
The confidence is still high. I think, if anything, we're just really hungry. A lot of guys are, you know, just ready to get back out there and get back to that, you know, defense from, I don't know, maybe Tulsa or the West Virginia defense, or, you know, just when we were holding guys to 20 or less. I think guys were just really anxious to get back to, you know, our offense coming over telling us to, you know, yeah, y'all keep stopping them. We're going to score. We're going to score. You know, we want to be able to control games as a defense. And like you said, the past 2 games, I don't think we've done that. But I think, you know, we're ready to get back to doing that. And hopefully this week we can get back to controlling games as a defense.
Has this week been a different week of practice for you?
I think the preparation's been the same. But like I said, I think we have a little chip on our shoulder, especially after – I don't think Texas Tech was a good team, but I don't think they should have had as many points as they did. So I think, if anything, we have a chip on our shoulder, and we're ready to show everybody that we're still that defense that we were earlier in the year.
Thanks, Tanner.
Yeah.
Tanner, would you mind unpacking that a little bit more? I mean, you talk about having a chip on the shoulder and, you know, coming off those 2 weeks and, You know, guys wanting to do better, feeling that that wasn't their best performance. But like, what does that actually look like? We understand those concepts, but what does that actually look like? You know, not from a coaching perspective, but from a player's perspective in the locker room, in the meeting rooms, what are those conversations like? How does it play out?
I think it's just everybody holding each other accountable. Eamon came up to me telling me, because I don't think I played very well the OU game, that's me personally, and Eamon didn't think he played well either. So me and him came into each other and was like, hey, we got to pick it up pretty much. So that's just each player is holding each other accountable. And guys that are doing successful, like Trey had a really good game, you know, we want to, you know, beat off of games like that. And each player obviously wants to ball out every game, but ultimately as a defense, if we hold a team to 0 points, 7 points, then everybody's going to be happy. So as players, we just kind of hold each other accountable and also feeding off of players that are doing well, like Trey Sterling.
So we asked a little bit earlier about Dez, something we don't know about Dez. If you're comfortable, I kind of want to ask the same thing about you, just getting away from football and kind of talking about Taner McCalister, the man here a little bit. Who are the people that you do it for? Who are the people that got you here? You know, what drives you? What makes you tick?
Well, my mother is a very important part of my life, so I will say that. My mom, a lot of the things and the morals that I have in life are from her. So I got to give her, you know, a lot of the credit. And something that people don't know about me, that's a good question. I'll say, I don't know if y'all watch Grey's Anatomy, but I watch Grey's Anatomy, so I'll tell y'all that.
You know, our man Anthony Hill is on Grey's Anatomy, right?
Really?
Yeah, he played here. He was a walk-on here.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he played wide receiver. Look him up.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. I might look him up. But, yeah, I'm into Grey's Anatomy. I can't lie.
Yeah, I think they brought him in like as almost not as an extra, but just kind of like a spot character last season. And now they've added him as like a full-time member of the cast.
I got to look that up. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's our man. Ask Coach Gundy about him. He actually had the whole team go and watch him perform at a play on campus.
All right, I'm gonna ask
when he was here.
All right.
All right. Well, Taner, thank you so much. We really do appreciate you taking the time. We're always thankful for you.
All right, no problem. All right, y'all.
All right. Take care. Have a great night.
You too.
Thanks. Members of the media, thank you as well.
Art teacher was Mrs. Hoover.